Good. Feeling good.
Aiemann, congrats. How good does it feel just to get a win like that? First guy to knock him out on this stage. Like, perfect night for you, right?
Incredible. So happy it happened in Canada. Really trying to get my name out there. It's really trying to, represent Canada and increase my fan base here. Everybody knows my brother Faraz as, one of the best coaches in the world. And I'm just trying to, step out from under the shadow and be my own person, have my own name out there.
Is that something that's been on your mind for a while? I mean, there's a lot of positives, obviously, between the connection with you guys, but when did you kind of start feeling that you really wanted to forge your own path?
Well, I feel like after the Draco fight, it really opened up the doors for me after that KO, and then after the Ricky fight, even more. And now I feel like there's never anything bad with the names. I feel like now it's only positive. I feel like I really stepped on my own, and things have gotten a lot better for me.
So what's kind of the goal from here? 3 straight wins?
Fourth one.
Right, but in terms of level of competition, timeline, things like that.
Yeah, of course. That's something, I'm going to talk with my team, and we're going to see what we can do. I'm going to have a new manager, so we're going to bring him in and have a meeting with him and for us, and we're going to see who's available for when and what we can do and what we can put together. And then also the other side has to accept, and things have to be right. There's a million things going on with putting fights together. It ain't easy, let me tell you. I fight once a year. But we're going to try to get the ball rolling to fight sooner.
Aiemann, over here.
Yeah.
How is it having the Canadian crowd going into this fight? You look like it really pumped you up tonight.
Oh, it was amazing. For me, I always grew up watching the previous generation of MMA fighters go from local to UFC, and then I got to corner some of them, and I've been to so many GSP fights, and it was just incredible to hear the Ole come to me. I had to start it. It was good I started it, but it was great to hear it come back. When they used to do that for George and any of the top Canadian guys, I love it. And I was just, it's a dream come true for me. It's one of those life mini goals, and it was nice to achieve that here in Canada.
You mentioned George. He's actually in town this week promoting a new alcoholic drink, I guess he's got going on. Did he say anything to you before this fight? Because he's fought in Canada under the biggest pressure you can imagine. Did he say anything to you?
No, he didn't give me any advice this time around, but it's because he was busy. So we were trying to get him in the corner because he was going to be in town, but the schedule didn't coincide with his, just like last time. Actually, last time we were much closer until our fight got changed on the card because somebody pulled out, so then he couldn't make it after. But I hope he keeps doing these gigs wherever I'm fighting. He's bringing me good luck. He's like my lucky charm now.
How did you link up with Daniel Rubenstein as far as management? Because I know I'm sure you had a lot of managers come to you and want to represent you. Why did you choose him, and how did you link up with him?
Actually, my brother met him a few times at different UFC events, and they got along super well, and he thought it would be a good matchup for me. And so far, it's been great.
That's excellent. My last question, I don't know if you remember, we did interviews a couple of years ago, and I got to know, did you ever beat Conjure on the Nintendo?
Yes, I finished it. I finished just before that fight, actually, when we did that interview.
I'm in right here.
Yes.
You said ahead of this one that you felt you might have to be a matador to his
Yeah.
bull. It feels like you were the bull in this.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in there. I thought he was going to be, stepping back, throwing his right hand. I thought that would be his better punch. And I really didn't think he would low kick me. My thoughts for that was because I thought, he'd be worried of me taking him down. Because other guys that have taken him down weren't black belts. And I thought maybe he'd be worried about me being able to hold him down, maybe get to his back and go for a sub. So I thought maybe he'd stick more to punches and the flying knee. And, he surprised me with the low kick, so I had to make adjustments in there for that.
Well, heck of a performance and a heck of a response from the crowd, obviously.
Yeah.
You actually said you actually like fighting in the Apex, and I think that puts you in a minority. Has this changed your mind at all?
Oh, it's great. What I like about the Apex, it's the convenience of, the UFC owns everything there. Everything goes so smooth. It's so easy. It's made for the fighter. The space is perfect, The locker room here was a little bit too hot for my liking. Just being a diva, guys. I'm kidding. But, no, it's been incredible fighting in the arena. I really liked it. It can go both ways, It's great either way.
Last one for me. You have struggled to get fights over the last little while.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? I mean, do you have to be more vocal maybe, call some guys out, rattle some cages?
I mean, I'm not really like that type of guy. I'm not going to pretend to be Conor McGregor or anything, but I'm going to do what I have to do in the gym and prepare, and then the fights will come, man. I'm not worried about any of that, Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Phone right here.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, I think the narrative with the 135-pound division, it's going to be the hardest path to just get into the top 15. So I guess when you're looking up the rankings and the people above you say even ranked 16 to 30, if you can do that in your head, what do you make of this division as a whole on your way up?
For me, I think it's the best, the most entertaining, because it's like you're swimming with sharks. Everyone's a shark. Everyone's good, the whole roster is dangerous. They can all finish you in their own way, and they all have great expertise. So I think that's why people love the bantamweight division. And we could take a punch, you know. We ain't that heavy, so we throw a lot.
How do you see the title fight playing out between Aljamain and Sean O'Malley?
Oh, man, you know, that's a crazy fight. It kind of reminds me of like UFC 1 almost. If Aljo can take him down, maybe he's going to win. But Sean O'Malley can knock him out cold, you know. That's going to be a very entertaining fight. Everyone has to tune in. I'm going to be tuning in. I can't wait to see who wins.
I have to ask you, since he is the champion of your division, it seems like fans don't really get behind Aljamain. Why do you think that is?
I mean, I'm sure he has his own fans. He has his own niche. We all have our own niche, you know. Not that many fans are behind me either. But, you know, he is the hero of his niche, you know. That's it. That's all I can say, yeah.
Hey, congratulations on the win. Obviously, a couple Canadian fighters won before you, and it looks like Jasmine's on her way here too. So what's going on here tonight? Why are the Canadians having such a...
Oh, man, I think we're going to be on a hot streak, man. That's great. I'm so happy, you know, for Canada especially. You know, the sport needs to grow even more here. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but like BJJ was banned in Quebec for a long time. You know, we had a hard time putting on shows in Ontario for MMA. And even in Quebec, there was a while where we couldn't really have any MMA shows. So, you know, when Canadians do good on UFC cards like this in our country, it's amazing. Hopefully, it pushes people to really do more shows and get more into the sport. Yeah. Thank you.
Here,
Yes.
You started off your UFC career at 1-2, having lost a couple of fights.
Yep.
Was there anything in particular that sparked your preparation, your mentality, or your training into kind of getting this 3-fight win streak and coming in here? You're on riding a crest of a wave right now and doing quite well. 2 knockouts in your last 3 fights too. So is there anything in particular maybe that you changed in your preparation or camp to kind of spark this?
Yeah, well, you know, when I signed to the UFC, I was 6-0. And I was too arrogant, man. I came in there too hot. And I didn't think I could lose. I didn't think I could ever get KO'd. And then in the fight with Ricardo Ramos, in the 3rd round, when the 3rd round started, I'm like, this guy's done. He's got nothing for me. You know, I'm just going to walk him down now, and I'm going to bury him. I'm going to finish him. And I remember when I hit him and he was going towards the cage, I knew he was going to bounce back. And when he bounced back, I told myself in my head, 1 left hook, he's done. And then I woke up in the ambulance, you know. I mean, that's life. I was too arrogant. And then my fight against Vince Morales, I thought I was okay. But then I feel like I overcorrected and I became too passive in the fight. And, you know, so sometimes that's part of growing, you know. It's sometimes you overcorrect in the opposite way. And then after that, I said, you know what, I have to find my middle. And then I found this mantra. It says, I love the fear. The fear will set me free. And I've been telling myself that ever since, and it's been able to keep me centered, you know, so not to fight too arrogant, not to fight too passive, and just find that happy middle for myself.
Sure. You mentioned about the growth of Canadian mixed martial arts. Is there anything, like obviously it's gone through some difficulties in recent years. Is there anything in particular that you would like to see happen to help the growth of Canadian mixed martial arts in the country?
Well, yeah, more shows, you know, more events, more BJJ. Like, I can't believe BJJ was banned in Quebec. It's such a safe sport, even for kids, you know, just make no submissions allowed until, let's say, I don't know, age 13, let's say, I don't know. But you could make this sport safer for the amateurs and for the common person, then we could have more people involved in the sport, and they can see the beauty of MMA.
Last one from me. Obviously, you're representing TriStar proudly. You know, it was always a focal point in Canadian mixed martial arts. Is there anybody coming from that gym that we should be keeping an eye on right now?
Xavier Alois, Frédéric Duprat, Alex Morgan. There are so many guys. There's a laundry list of guys hungry to get in. You know, we just need more promotions, more shows to give our guys the experience to knock on this door.
Thanks, Aiemann.
Thank you. Guys, thank you all so much.